Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Scott Dennis has the night off. Topping our news tonight, Sarasota Mayor Shelley Freeland Eddy is taking a tour of the Jordan's Crossing neighborhood. That's where some people are worried about living next to a proposed housing project for the chronically homeless. The facility could break ground this June between the neighborhood and Fruitville Road, just east of Tuttle Avenue. That's where we find ABC 7's Adam Cellini, who joins us live from Jordan's Crossing tonight with more on this project and why those living there feel the city tried to sneak it past them. Adam?
Yeah, Jacqueline, good evening. Now I'm standing on a residential road here. You can see some of the homes to my right and to my left. That brush over there is the edge of that proposed housing project property. Now that project was approved by the city's planning board last month, and the nearly $20 million it will take to build it is entirely funded by a mix of government grants. But the reason the city says they did not notify the people here that facility might be partially used to house the chronically homeless is because it would have been a violation of the Federal Fair Housing Act. When Semia Lamella first heard about an affordable housing project next to her home in Jordan's Crossing, she was excited.
We're like, oh, maybe we can get like an apartment, you know, and it sounded like everyone can get it, like the community can get it.
Then neighbors told her the Arbor Village project would also be permanent housing for the chronically homeless, and excitement turned to aggravation with the city.
They didn't think of us in a way, you know, like they didn't think about the community. They're just gonna kind of like shove it, sneak it in there, you know, go around the corner like, oh, they won't notice.
Not only have they noticed, hundreds have signed a petition against the collaboration between Tampa builder Blue Sky Communities and local not-for-profit Community Assisted and Supported Living, or CASTLE for short. Attorney Dan Lobeck has also filed an appeal against the City Planning Board's approval.
This is the wrong facility in the wrong place. The application indicates these will be some of the most severe mentally ill people, the current active drug abusers and alcohol abusers, being packed 328 people into these small apartments.
CASTLE CEO Scott Eller refutes this, and a flyer saying the 80-unit project will house 80 people with chronic mental illness. Of the 80 rooms, Eller says 16 will be for the chronically homeless, 24 for people with a disability, and 40 will be workforce housing.
That is not at all what a shelter is. I've seen shelters where they have 100, 200, 300 people that are in there. There is no way to screen the people or vet them to see if they're using, if they have a problem or not. None of that exists here.
He says it will operate similar to CASTLE's other properties across 5 neighboring counties that treat over 600 people per day.
We're not having the problems that they're asserting in this flyer.
Now, Mayor Freeland Eddy will be here tonight speaking with some of these residents about their concerns, taking a tour of the property. And then on Monday, many of these residents are expected to attend the City Commission meeting and ask for a public hearing on this project to be scheduled at a later date. And it's also worth noting that Jordan's Crossing here, the residents that live here know a little bit about needing and receiving help. This whole community was built by Habitat for Humanity just over a decade ago. And Scott Eller told us earlier today that he remembers a time where some of the neighboring residents were worried about who might move in to this community. So, you know, definitely a group that could sort of see both sides of the argument here. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Adam Cellini. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, Adam, thank you for that update. $33 million will soon come out of taxpayers' pockets and be handed over to the Manatee County School District as part of the voluntary property tax increase. In November, the property tax bills will come out. Then taxpayers will have 6 months to pay up. Manatee County schools will start to see that cash flow by January 1st. However, the extra 30 minutes of instruction time is likely to begin before that in August with the start of the school year. It's still unclear when teachers and bus drivers could see the pay raises that they were promised.
Well, that's going to be the question for the superintendent. She worked out a memorandum of understanding with the teachers union, with MEA, and we'll have to look and see, because remember, these payments are supplemental payments.
In August, Manatee County residents can get a gist of how much of this $33 million bill they'll be fronting when they get a truth and mileage form in the mail. And the deadline is tomorrow to help solve what many call a medical mystery. Manatee County health experts are trying to determine if tainted soil caused by former Bayshore High School students to have a higher rate of cancer and autoimmune diseases. More than 200 alumni have already submitted a survey to the health department. Those former students believe that they fell victim to cancer because of contaminants at the school.
My sister's class of 1979, there's 4 leukemias. 3 of those have passed away. And we've recently learned of 3 Lou Gehrig's disease from the exact same class. 2 of those are deceased. And Lou Gehrig's disease, as you know, is extremely rare, just like the leukemias are. And all of these are from the class of 1979, which had a graduating class of approximately 260.
All alumni and staff from 1962 till now have until 5 p.m. tomorrow to submit their survey. In 6 months, a final report will be issued to determine if this medical mystery is linked to Bayshore. Well, a pretty windy day here on the Suncoast. Let's check in with meteorologist Steve Newman.
You got it right. It was a pretty day and it was a windy day, and it was pretty windy too, with winds coming in from the south. They are going to slacken off tonight, but they're not going to be gone for a while, because tomorrow, as this cold front approaches from the northwest, winds will pick up again from the south, and that could even bring us a chance of showers. I'll tell you in a little bit what kind of chance of showers we're going to get as we move into the Easter weekend, but it's not going to be a washout. Don't worry, it's not going to be any big deal. The winds are going to slowly subside if we look at the forecast through the overnight hours, and by dawn, about 5 miles per hour or less on average, but then they pick up during the day tomorrow as that front approaches from the northwest. You can kind of see evidence already coming in from up there. If you're going out tonight, staying home, it's going to be a beautiful evening with decreasing winds. Still be gusty for another couple of hours. Cooling from 79 at 6 o'clock down through the 70s. Will be in the mid-60s for the overnight low temperatures. We have a great forecast for this Passover Easter weekend coming up, but there's a slight chance of showers I'll tell you about in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Okay, Steve, we'll check back in with you shortly. With heavy traffic and massive beach crowds during spring break, Suncoast businesses are reaping the benefits in a big way. As ABC7's Dwayne Lindo tells us, some business owners are indicating that this will be among the busiest spring break seasons for them in years.
Well, Jacqueline, for Bradenton Beach, it's the most business, hotel owners, and restaurateurs see all year, drawing everyone from families to out-of-state college students like you see behind me.
I'm sorry, we're completely full. The whole island is full. It's the busiest time of the year for us.
For the past 3 weeks, the property manager at Dream Inn on Bradenton Beach has had to turn away customers without reservations. Gridlock and no vacancy signs, a clear indication of a busy spring break all over Anna Maria Island. One property manager points to this time of the year being a barometer for local tourism. Spring break also a great significance to the business bottom line, which so far has progressively been one of the busiest. Many of the families visiting having ties to the area.
My grandparents actually chose the beach. They come down here every year right after Christmas, and they spend their Easter break until summer back up in Pittsburgh. So we came down here. They paid for the whole family to come, and this is where we stay.
We, I think, look forward to this all year long. We wait for it. We're excited about it. We build for it and try to take advantage of it, because we know they're coming from all over the country, and try to get prepared as much as possible.
Hotel managers also pointing out that much of the spring break crowd dying down the 2nd or 3rd week in April. Reporting on Bradenton Beach, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Dwayne, thank you so much. Another step forward for a former Best Western across from Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Owners of the Baymont Inn and Suites on the Tamiami Trail are working to transform the hotel into a 4 Points by Sheraton. Plans include adding 2 and 3 floors to the existing structure. The city says developers still need to apply for a building permit before construction can begin. Today, PGT Innovations hosting a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the completion of its new child care center. The 7,500 square foot Sunshine Education Academy offers affordable, convenient child care services to PGT Innovations families with young children. The facility contains an administration office, a multi-purpose room, 9 classrooms, an outdoor playground, and more. PGT Innovations CEO says he wanted to create a safe nearby place to provide care for their employees' children.
They're going to get here, they're going to pick them up on time with security and know where they're at. And they actually, at lunch, they can actually come and see them if they want. So we wanted that comfort, that sense of peace of mind.
The Sunshine Education Academy also offers childcare to parents who work in the Triple Diamond Commerce Park in the surrounding North Venice area. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now, and we are inching closer to the end of the month for March, and it looks like a strong day for us today.
Not only are we inching closer, we're actually there. A reminder, tomorrow's Good Friday. The markets are closed, so we are at the end of the month, but only for purposes of crazy people like me. Indeed, we did finish the month, and we finished the month with a solid up day, but I'm sorry to say for the quarter, the first 3 months of the year, both the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the Standard & Poor's 500 Index closed in negative territory, breaking a string of 9 consecutive quarters in which those indices have moved higher. The NASDAQ, on the other hand, was higher for the quarter, and that makes 7 consecutive quarters for them. Today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average in positive territory all day long, up 466 points at the high of the day. We didn't close there, but we sure had a strong day. Let's take a look at the closing numbers. There you see the Dow up 255 points, closing at 24,103.11, a gain of almost 1.1%. That on volume of 877 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I say, did have a positive quarter and a positive day today, up 114 points, more than 1.6%, closing at 7,063.44. That on volume of 1,909 million shares. The S&P, another green arrow, up 36 points, not quite 1.4%, closing at 2,640.87. Well, it seems the President of the United States is obsessed with Amazon. Obsessed, I say, but not necessarily in a positive fashion. Mr. Trump has only had negative things to say about Amazon. He said Amazon is paying little or no taxes to individual states and municipalities. He says, quote, "You are using our postal system as your delivery boy," unquote. And he said that Amazon has put thousands of retailers out of business. Well, some people think what he said is absolutely true. Many people think that isn't true, but it certainly has had an impact just in the last couple of days on Amazon stock. The stock, which was up 22% for the quarter, in fact, from the high on Tuesday to the low on Wednesday and the low today, down more than 13%. So a terrific quarter, but not a very good close to the quarter, and I'm afraid Amazon and Mr. Trump are going to have to figure this one out.
I guess so. And any other reason that he may not like Amazon?
Well, there's a guy named Jeff Bezos who started Amazon. He's the largest shareholder, he's the CEO. He happens to own the Washington Post.
Okay.
And, well, Amazon doesn't, he does, but Washington Post has not had a lot of good things to say about Mr. Trump that might just figure in the mix.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, the search for a missing Florida paddleboarder heats up, why family members say they believe he may have left the country. And meteorologist Steve Newman will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a historic discovery on a Florida beach, how old that researchers believe the find may be.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation. Or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark Sarasota, presented by the Culture Group.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call. this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
A mystery disappearance in Fort Lauderdale. Authorities are searching for a father of two who vanished on the day he was due in court for not paying child support. They believe he was last seen paddling into the ocean. Here's ABC's Maggie Rulli with more on this story.
A Florida family is clinging to this grainy surveillance video showing what they believe is Constantine Theo Harris paddleboarding behind his parents' home in Fort Lauderdale.
No stranger. He's lived here on the beach all his life practically.
The 52-year-old, whose family describes him as a highly skilled diver, left behind his passport.
And you find his dive bag back here with his, wallet, telephone, keys, all that here. Something was way off. I hope he didn't have a heart attack or something like that.
But now even some closest to him are asking, did something happen to him more than a week ago, or did he disappear on purpose? Family court records in Broward County show that this father of two owes more than $500,000 in back child support. And on the day that he disappeared, he was supposed to appear in court for a child support hearing. Last month, his ex-wife attorney wrote the severest of sanctions must be imposed against the former husband, including incarceration. For his loved ones, so far, this video is their only clue.
I'm going to keep his watch on until we find him.
Investigators are asking anyone with more information to come forward, and Theo Harris's brother even asked any of his friends with helicopters to help join in the search. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
It's a race against the tide after a piece of history washed ashore on a Florida beach this week. Researchers are working quickly to document the find before it's reclaimed by the sea. Experts say the well-preserved section of a wooden ship's hull that washed up overnight on Tuesday in Ponte Verde Beach could date back as far as the 1700s. Evidence suggests that the vessel was once sheeted in copper, and crews have found Roman numerals carved onto its wooden ribs. Next, researchers hope to use photos that they have taken to create a 3D model of what it must have looked like. Pretty cool find there.
A historical mystery.
Right.
I love those. You like the wind today?
I don't know. I mean, if I was on the beach, I probably would have liked it. Just a nice breeze with all the heat.
And there were a lot of people on the beach. We'll see pictures of that coming up. But let's take a look at over Sarasota Bay. And actually from our Casey Key Cam, a lot of people were on Siesta Beach and Lido and Manasota. This little stretch of Casey Key is more private. I've walked up and down this quite a few times. A beautiful day there, and the sun slowly sinking in the sky this afternoon. A few pictures from our viewers. Thank you for sending them in. Thanks to Douglas Whistle for sending this Siesta Key Village sunset. Look at that. It doesn't get any better than that, I'm telling you. And a bay full of sails. That's from the Sarasota Sailing Squadron. They're Flying Scott Midwinter Races. Day 4 of 4. They got it off today. And I was out on City Island watching them today about 11 o'clock, and it was just a sparkling day over the bay. And Cindy Desmond sent in this picture of a windy Venice, but it didn't stop the people from hitting the beach. And finally, Jack Waters sent this great picture of a Nokomis sunset. If you see a great scene out there, snap it sideways if you can. Hold your camera horizontally rather than up and down, and send it to pics@mysuncoast.com. We really appreciate all those pictures. Currently over Sarasota Bay, it is 80 degrees, and those winds from the south-southwest bringing in that moisture off the Gulf. That's why the dew point is up to 62, and it still is windy. But those winds will subside overnight from the south, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour across our viewing area at this hour. But as the evening goes on, you'll see them slacken off, which will be a good thing. But they're back tomorrow. There is that southerly flow over all of Florida. Really nothing in the way of rain, but a lot of clouds. There's the radar scope. We have to really look to the northwest. And this is our next weather maker here coming in across the deep south, across New Orleans and Pensacola. That's a cold front that's been weakening as it's been going on. So we don't have any real intense storms, but the Storm Prediction Center still thinks there's a slight risk from the Florida Panhandle up through the middle of Alabama. And tomorrow, just garden variety thunder showers north of Tampa Bay along the Carolina coast. And here is the advancing front, and it is not nearly as impressive as it was a couple of days ago. And as the time it reaches us here, there'll be just a few showers left from it. Part of this frontal system that's been drifting very slowly from the desert southwest across Texas for 2 or 3 days, and by the time it gets here, that high pressure out there in the Atlantic will have weakened it considerably. Temperatures across the country today: 53 at New York City, 41 in Chicago, it's 56 in Salt Lake City. Now let's take a look at what the RPM computer forecast thinks this front is going to do as it approaches the Suncoast. So go through tonight. Tomorrow, fair to partly cloudy skies. There are the thunder showers in progress. Tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, front just about on top of us with only a few scattered showers. So tomorrow evening, just about sunset until midnight, 1 or 2, is the best chance of a 30% chance of showers, but then the front goes by on Saturday. There'll be lingering moisture, so there's going to be about a 20% chance of an odd shower here and there, not only Saturday but Sunday too, but not a washout. Still going to be beautiful weather all weekend long. And if we get a little rain, we could use it actually. Fair skies tonight. Our low temperature is 64 with those southerly winds slackening off, with the winds increase tomorrow with our high temperature about 80 degrees during the afternoon. Those southerly winds southeasterly 10 to 15. Here's the 7-day showing for Passover tomorrow. Great weather and maybe some showers about dinner time. 30% chance of showers on Saturday, but not a washout. Maybe some more on Easter Sunday, and then it's dry and warm all of next week. Jacqueline.
All right, thanks, Steve. Now to your first alert traffic. If you're taking South Tamiami Trail in the Osprey area this evening, we are seeing some minor backups in both the north and southbound lanes right around the intersection at Blackburn Point Road. In health news tonight, weight loss surgery can be life-changing, but now researchers say it can make or break your love life. With more, here's ABC's Serena Marshall.
Can bariatric surgery impact relationships as well as waistlines? A new study from Sweden examined just that, looking at over 30,000 cases of the weight loss surgery and found the larger the weight loss, the larger the impact on your personal relationship. The researchers looked at data that compared obese adults who did or did not get the surgery to a registry of adults who underwent bariatric surgery compared to the general public. They found for those single, having the surgery meant a near double rate of marriage or new relationships. But for those already in a relationship, the surgery led to an increased rate of divorce or separation. So if you're an obese single adult, the authors find bariatric surgery may mean you have a better shot at finding romance. And for those in a relationship, it may mean losing your partner. With this Medical Minute, I'm Serena Marshall, ABC News.
Did you know that your eyes, fingers, and earlobes may indicate your risk for heart disease? That's according to experts at Lancaster University. 5 signs that you may want to see your doctor about your heart health include a visible external crease on the earlobe, fatty bumps found on the elbows, knees, or eyelids, changes in the shape of your fingernails, a halo around your eyes, iris, and blue lips. Well, the first case of super-resistant gonorrhea has been reported in the United Kingdom. Public Health England says the man is infected with a form of the bacteria that is completely resistant to the first line of treatment used against it. Luckily, he seems to be responding to a different antibiotic. Gonorrhea has been a growing concern for international health organizations as more cases have shown drug resistance. Coming up, a tense encounter between a cheetah and a tourist group, the 3 things they did to survive the scary safari scene. Plus, why this Canadian teen will remember her 18th birthday every week for the rest of her life.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Car experts and customers agree there's a lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 Most Trusted Brand, Best Overall Brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Forester is an IIHS Top Safety Pick for 12 years running. Now, lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester for just $219 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Can you imagine if you were on vacation in Africa and a cheetah jumped into your Jeep with you? Well, that's exactly what happened to this man whose spring break tour through the Serengeti got him way closer to Africa's wildlife than he ever imagined or probably even wanted. Don't move, stay quiet, and don't make eye contact. That's the advice Britton Hayes was given when a cheetah jumped into a Land Cruiser to look around. One of the cheetahs jumping onto the hood while another ventured outside, or inside rather. Luckily, after some sniffing and chewing of the seats, the animals left. Hayes credits his tour guide for keeping him calm. And it's hard not to be a little jealous of this 18-year-old Canadian girl. To celebrate her birthday, she bought a bottle of sparkling wine and her first ever lotto ticket at a convenience store. Little did she know, she hit the jackpot worth $1 million. But instead of getting the lump sum, she chose to receive $1,000 a week for the rest of her life. Certainly a happy birthday for her. Still to come on your Suncoast News, a push to increase funding for red tide research gains ground. How the money is expected to be used to fight algae blooms in our area. Plus, Florida Governor Rick Scott making a stop on the Suncoast to discuss environmental issues.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Circus Ring of Fame honoree Chucko the Clown is putting on a free show in Sarasota.
We'll tell you where you can catch his act tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast, John.
So we're looking at some changing weather coming over the weekend as a frontal boundary approaches. That promises us a chance at some weekend rain showers. We'll spell out the timing for you.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
The
Wild Broadway series brings you Funny Girl. Fanny Bryce dreams of being famous and through sheer guts and determination becomes a star of the Ziegfeld Follies. Playing March 28th through April 15th, it's the songs and story that generations have grown to love. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Don't rain on my parade. Come see Funny Girl.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.